A short field landing is decided before the wheels touch. The Piper must clear the obstacle, hold the correct approach speed, avoid unnecessary float, touch down on the selected point, and stop under control. In this lesson, you will learn how to plan the aiming point, stabilize the approach, control the glide path over an obstacle, make an accurate touchdown, and use aerodynamic braking and wheel braking correctly. The mistake that ruins most short field landings is extra airspeed. Just a few unnecessary knots can consume a surprising amount of runway. Start with the POH landing distance data for the actual weight, wind, pressure altitude, temperature, runway slope, and surface. Identify the obstacle, runway length, touchdown zone, braking condition, and available exit. Add a conservative margin rather than treating the published test result as a target. Brief the flap setting, manufacturer recommended approach speed, aiming point, touchdown point, and go-around trigger. If the approach is unstable, the obstacle cannot be cleared comfortably, or the touchdown point will be missed, go around. A short runway is the wrong place to salvage a poor approach. Configure early enough to establish a stable final approach. Use the POH flap setting and approach speed. Apply the proper gust correction when needed, and trim the airplane. Keep the centerline fixed. Correct drift with aileron. Maintain alignment with rudder, and make small coordinated pitch and power changes. The aiming point should remain stationary in the windshield. If it moves up, you are trending low. If it moves down, you are trending high. Avoid chasing the airspeed with large control movements close to the ground. Approach the obstacle on the planned glide path with the correct airspeed. Do not drag the airplane in excessively low, and do not dive after crossing the obstacle. If clearance is becoming inadequate, add power and adjust pitch to shallow the descent while protecting airspeed. If you are clearly too high and will land long, the safest answer is usually a go-around, rather than an aggressive slip or dive that was not part of the plan. Cross the obstacle with a safe margin, then continue toward the aiming point with small, deliberate corrections. As the runway surface expands in the windshield, smoothly reduce power, and begin the round out at the correct height. Shift your vision toward the far end of the runway, and hold the proper landing attitude. The goal is a firm, controlled main wheel touchdown at minimum practical airspeed, aligned with the centerline, and without side drift. Do not force the airplane down while it still wants to fly. If extra speed creates a long float, or the selected touchdown zone will be missed, go around. Touchdown accuracy begins with approach speed accuracy. After touchdown, maintain back elevator pressure for aerodynamic braking, as recommended by the POH. Lower the nose wheel gently as elevator effectiveness fades. Retract flaps only if the aircraft checklist and instructor procedure call for it, and only when you can do so without confusing controls or losing directional control. Apply wheel brakes progressively, keeping the airplane straight and adjusting aileron for the wind. Maximum braking does not mean locking a wheel. Use the amount of braking the surface can support, and continue flying the airplane until clear of the runway. Remember the sequence. Calculate the performance, define the aiming and touchdown points, stabilize early, cross the obstacle with the correct speed and margin, round out without excess energy, touch down accurately, and decelerate under control. Use the current POH and your instructor's procedure for the specific Piper you fly. Practice with a qualified flight instructor, and make the go-around decision early whenever the landing will not meet the planned tolerances. If you learned something from this video, please subscribe to DuBois Aviation for more practical flight training lessons. Then choose another lesson on screen and keep learning.